Welcome, investigators, to the Political Assassins Podcast, where secrets unfold and the truth lies beyond our grasp. Prepare yourself for a journey on a fateful day.
Wednesday afternoon, 1879, within the heart of Frankfort, Kentucky, an act of unspeakable violence shattered the tranquility of the Capitol Hotel. A figure only known by their concealed identity wielded a weapon of immense power, loaded with 12 shots in each barrel. This deadly instrument became the catalyst for an enigma that would forever haunt the corridors of justice. Our victim, his name will hide for now, emerged from the depths of the old state building, oblivious to the malevolence that awaited him. Step by step, he neared the ladies' entrance, completely unaware of the impending doom lurking just around the corner. Suddenly, a mysterious presence materialized before him, our assassin. Her intentions hidden beneath a deceptive facade, with a cunning proposition, the truth of which we shall uncover. The stage was set for an unforeseen twist of fate. As our victim tried to get away, destiny unleashed its wrath. The sound of thunder echoed through the air. No words escaped his lips, but the silence spoke volumes. In the aftermath of this tragic event, the puzzle pieces began to fall in place, revealing a chilling reality. Lives were altered forever, while the mastermind behind this act calmly watched. Join us, investigators, as we delve into the darkest corners of this affair. Together we shall dissect the intricate web of clues, follow the trails of hidden intentions, and uncover the truth that eludes even the most astute investigators. What's up? I'm Mubarak Abdullahi from North Carolina, and I welcome you to the gripping world of the political assassins. Where the pursuit of justice demands nothing less than our unwavering resolve. Okay, let's now talk about the historical context of when this event happened. In the 1870s, the United States was in a transformative phase, dealing with the aftermath of the Civil War and the Reconstruction. During this time, Kentucky, like other states, grappled with the challenges of post-war recovery and racial tensions. The political landscape in Kentucky was shaped by a myriad of factors, including the struggle for civil rights, rising populism, and the influence of powerful political families. One notable incident that occurred during this period was the Frankfort incident, where the political rivalries and tensions between factions erupted into violence in the state capital. The incident underscored the deep divisions and violated the nature of Kentucky politics as the state navigated its place within the changing landscape of the United States. Now let's focus on our assassin. Thomas Buford was born on September 18, 1824, into a family of pioneers. His parents taught him values of hard work, saving money, and being morally upright. He grew up in their successful farm and had the privilege of receiving a good education. Thomas went to Georgetown College and studied law. In his early 20s, Thomas fell in love with a young woman from a nearby family. Despite his persistent attempts to woo her, she always turned him down. However, Thomas' persistence took a troubling turn. One day, he calmly took out a loaded gun from his pocket and gave it to the young lady's mother. He told her to hold the weapon to her daughter until she agreed to marry him. Surprisingly, the sensible mother recognized Thomas' strange behavior and accepted the gun to humor his temporary madness. Shortly after, Thomas left the house and suddenly never brought up the subject again. Prosecutors later claimed that Mr. Buford had a hint of insanity in his past due to this incident. Particular behavior went beyond personal relationships. As a young man, he developed a fascination with guns and owned a Colt revolver. He often practiced shooting at his father's pigs, resulting in unfortunate death of several animals. These strange actions led to some to believe that he experienced a few periodic episodes of insanity. Now let's focus on our victim, John Milton Elliott. Born May 16, 1820, in Scott County, Virginia. His early years were marked by family moves and the political influence. His father, John Elliott Sr., served 2 terms in the Kentucky General Assembly, laying the foundations for Elliott's young future in public service. At the age of 21, Elliott embarked on his legal career practicing law at Prestonburg, Kentucky. His exceptional skills and dedication propelled him into the political arena as he was elected to the Kentucky legislature in 1847. This was just the beginning of a remarkable political journey. From 1853 to 1857, Elliott represented Kentucky in the United States House of Representatives, championed the interests of the people that he lived around, leaving a lasting impact during his tenure. However, his political path took an unexpected turn with the outbreak of the American Civil War. In 1861, Elliott returned to the Kentucky legislature, but his affiliation with the Confederate States of America proved controversial. Expelled by Judge Bland Bullard on December 21st, 1861, Elliott's loyalty shifted and he actively participated in the formation of the Confederate government of Kentucky. His involvement in the Confederates led him to have a seat in the Confederate Senate as a senator from Kentucky. After the war, Elliott found himself in Bath County, Kentucky, where he sought to rebuild the contributions and contribute to his community. In 1876, he took the role as a member of the Kentucky Court of Appeals, using his legal expertise to uphold justice and fairness. The main cause of the Buford-Elliott tragedy was a series of legal disputes and fraudulent transactions related to the Buford's ownership of land. James Guthrie, a civilian, initiated a lawsuit against Mary Buford, the wife of Thomas Buford, to obtain a payment of note, leading to the sale of the Buford's land. Buford's attempt to secure a mortgage failed due to a defective title. John Elliott ruled against Buford in the court proceeding concerning the property. The unjust treatment by the courts, including the seizure of Buford's personal property and the poisoning of Mary's livestock, took a toll on Mary's health. Despite the efforts to seek justice, the Court of Appeals revised the judgments, but only after Mary Buford's death. The tragedy stemmed from the loss of Buford's land and subsequent disappointment in legal system failures to rectify the situation. It's March 26, 1879. Thomas Buford from Henry County and Judge John Milton Elliott, a respected member of the Court of Appeals of Kentucky. The scene was set in front of the Grand Capitol Hotel, at the right of the ladies' entrance. Buford, armed and ready for hunting, spots Judge Elliott and the company of Thomas M. Hines. With a chilling request, Buford initiates a conversation that would seal their fates. Buford says, "Judge, I believe I will go snipe for hunting. Won't you come along?" "No," Elliott responded. Little did Judge Elliott know that seemingly innocuous invitation would take a sinister turn. As Judge Hines turned away, a deafening blast echoes through the air. Buford fires a double-barreled shotgun loaded with a 12 buckshot straight at Judge Elliott at point-blank range. The unthinkable happens. Judge Elliott falls to the ground lifeless, without uttering a single word. The consequences of Buford's vengeful actions become chillingly clear. It was a wound so fatal that it caused instant death. Buford, only a few feet away, looks down upon his victim and utters the words, "I'm sorry." Shocked and confused, grip the scene as Judge Hines rushes back, attempting to revive his fallen colleague, but it was too late. Judge Elliott's life has been mercilessly cut short. In a moment of realization, Buford surrenders his weapons, confessing to the deputy sheriff and the nearby policeman. "Be careful with that gun. I put 12 more," Buford says. Buford's thirst for revenge had driven him to commit an unthinkable crime, driven by grief and anger that he felt for his sister's loss.
Buford's arrest was swift, and he was taken before the Esquire Quinn, where he was officially charged. The end. During the trial, Buford pleaded not guilty for reason of insanity. After a deadlock, the jury found him insane. He was sent to a Kentucky asylum but escaped to Indiana in 1882 and could not be extradited. Buford returned voluntarily to the asylum in 1884 and died there in 1885. Elliott, on the other hand, was buried at the Frankfort Cemetery, and a statue was erected in his honor at the Boyd County Courthouse. It is debated whether Elliott County was named after him, but does it really matter? I would like to thank you, the listener, or investigators, for listening to this podcast. I hope this podcast enlightened you about very innocuous assassinations that you guys may have not known before. And hopefully you guys learned something new. Thank you for listening.
I'm Mubarak Abdullah.
And peace out.